Hey Alphas, and welcome back to the lab. It's your online ecologist here, and well, today is a little different of a theory video. Race to the Edge give us 6 full seasons of dragons, puzzles, and legit world building, but one mystery that always stuck with me, and probably with a bunch of you, is who actually made the dragon eye? I mean, Hiccup finds this ancient booby-trapped cylinder on a shipwreck full of dragon cages and skeletons, but who built it, and why make it insanely difficult to open? With all that out of the way, who made the dragon eye? Let's get the obvious one out the way. Viggo straight up tells Hiccup in Maces and Talons Part 2,
"Turn over what you stole from me, what has belonged to my tribe for centuries."
That line always stuck with me. Centuries? Yeah, that's a long time. But does that mean they actually built it? He didn't even know what it was called until Hiccup gave it the name Dragon Eye. Or he just preferred that name, I'm not too sure, I'm just trying to read into it. Just that his people had it, and don't forget, it was left abandoned on the Reaper, full of traps and gas defense systems. That wasn't just lost cargo that was being protected. So either the Grimborns were very terrible at guarding priceless artifacts, or they weren't original owners at all. Just long-time keepers or thieves. Let's just move on. Now I actually love this one. Hamish II, one of Hiccup's ancestors, and the dude that was obsessed with dragons, building weird puzzles and ancient treasure hunts that could only be solved using dragon behaviour and flying. In Portrait of a Hiccup as a Buff Man, the location tied to Hamish's riddles are pretty much impossible to reach unless you're riding dragons. That alone hints at some serious knowledge of dragons long before Hiccup's time. And here's the big one, the emergency release for the Dragon Eye, it's triggered by Flightmare Mist. And what dragon shows up regularly only once every 10 years, specifically on Bork? The Flightmare. That's not random, that's either a genuine puzzle design or straight up local knowledge passed down. Some fans even spotted the Haddock crest on the armour near a lens in the School of Dragons found on Ice Storm Island. As I say, I looked through some of the fandom threads for this video, and Bork's Grapevine has a killer discussion on this topic. I'll leave the thread link down below if you want a deeper read, which is why I included Hamish, I would have totally forgotten. Now I wanted to throw Oswald's name into the ring too, Dagger and Heather's dad. This guy was smart, secretive and connected, not much of a hunter in the traditional way. He gave Heather a lens with a literal family heirloom, and Dagger too if I recall. And this is not me saying Oswald created it, obviously the Dragon Eye is quite an old artifact. I'm saying it could potentially be a Berserker artifact, or have Berserker ancestry. Another lens was locked away on an island with puzzles and clues on Vanaheim. Vanaheim wasn't a very known knowledge. Oswald might not be the creator, but he definitely knew what the eye was, or at least how important the pieces were, and the Grimborns and Berserkers. Riker and Dagger are like oil and wildfire, so maybe Oswald's side of the family had the eye itself, and the Grimborns in the past just stole it later. I don't know, I just got a weird vibe from them. This one is definitely a reach, but I just thought, why not? Ingar, tied to Fishleg's family line, is known for working with Dramillions. Final lens, the one that leads to the King of Dragons, can only be revealed using a Titan Dramillion fire. Was Ingar around during the Eye's creation? No idea. I just thought it was a little bit of a fun angle to take the video. Or maybe the Eye's creators knew only a few could ever be able to unlock everything, and that you would get past Ingar and, well, his dragon hunter followers and everything. Last up, Bork. I had to mention him. He's the one who documented everything in the Book of Dragons, writing, sketching and observing. In Dawn of the New Riders, there is a little temple of Bork the Bold, so maybe he didn't build the eye, but he definitely had knowledge that could have inspired or contributed to it. But I suppose he was more of a writer, but you never know. It'd be cool if he expanded his knowledge to multiple ways, like even more sacred knowledge like the King of Dragons he kept hidden because, I don't know, out of safety. One of the biggest clues about the eye's origin is how its lenses are spread out, and I mean really spread out. Of course that isn't random, it's an attempt to fragment the information so only those with the knowledge and brain could get hold of it. So is there a clear answer? Not really. Viggo's tribe might have held it the longest, but that's just a theory end of the day. But it's just my theory that it wasn't them. It probably was the Grimborns, or maybe it wasn't one tribe. Maybe it was part of a larger organisation, a league of like early dragon hunters or scholars, each protecting a piece of the puzzle. But it's interesting to look at. Either way, it's your turn now. Drop your own theories in the comments. Who do you think made the Dragon Eye? Until next time, Alphas, keep your hearts brave and flying high, and happy dragon training.